now you know what we play, and now we're going to show you how we put it all together. Okay? So we can play it together. And today what we're going to do is start with the earliest type of jazz, and then work our way up to the newest type of jazz. The earliest type of jazz started around the year 1900. Okay, so if you were born in 1900, how old would you be now?
You'd be over 100.
Yes, thank you, thank you. So jazz is just a little bit over 100 years old. Who said that? Over 100?
Rory.
Good. That's good. So jazz is a little bit over 100 years old, and they say it was invented in the city of New Orleans. So we're going to play a song that comes from New Orleans, and it's something that they call him the father of jazz. He was the first great jazz musician, so they called him the father of jazz. His name was Louis Armstrong. Okay? Now Louis Armstrong played the trumpet. I don't play the trumpet, I play the clarinet, but he played in groups that had clarinet, drums, bass, and piano. So we can play a song like what he played. And what he used to do to invent the sound of jazz, they took simple songs and then they jazzed them up. So for instance, they took a song like this. It's a hymn. It's a church hymn, and it's, you know, that's the way you would originally have heard it. But when jazz players get their hands on it, they change it around. They give it a new beat that comes from the bass and the drums. So the beat on the bass goes something like this. So they put that under the melody, it changes it. So, all right, that's good. So you can see it's going to start changing just with the bass. Now if we add the drums, then it really starts to get jazzy, because the drums in New Orleans at that time had rhythms that were based on African rhythm, because there was a lot of African Americans in New Orleans who played great rhythm, and there were people from the islands, the Caribbean islands, who also had great rhythm. Plus there were a lot of bands that came through that were called marching bands. And so the drummers in New Orleans played all these different styles together. And so Ramon now, let's show you what those different styles are. Let's first start with a marching rhythm. Polyrhythm, more than one rhythm going on at once. So that makes it very interesting. But then also have beats from the Caribbean islands. We call this a Latin influence on drums. Marching in, and we'll add Charlton on the bass, and now listen to When the Saints Go Marching In. Now he's going to play what we call the chords, the harmony of the song. Now because of all that harmony, I have more than I can do now. So just Thomas and I will play, and now I will play some of the notes from that harmony. In his harmony that I can add to my melody. I can add the rhythm of the drums and the bass, and then we can do what is called jazz improvisation. We start with the melody, and now we've changed the rhythm. We're adding notes to it, but we're just making it up on the spot. You don't see any music, right? So what we're doing, all we know is the song. But we have the feeling of different rhythms. We're listening to each other, and so we're creating music on the spot now, and this is the way early jazz was made. 1, 2, 3.